everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to my game of Cartograph. In the last episode, I combined some days rather than do like one day per video because it doesn't really take a long time to do a day. I did day 2 through day 4. So today I'm going to start at day number 5. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about this game. I'm glad you like it. I think it's neat. What I like is I basically perform the tasks, the card draws, the dice rolls. I go and I consult the charts and write down the questions. And then I step away and I sit down and I ponder on those questions and I write my little journal entries. And then I put those into my PDF journal. And again, if you check the video description, you'll be able to download the most up-to-date journal, which will include all the previous entries plus this video's entries. All right, in the last video, I ended up with 1 landscape and 1 biome die. And so I'm getting kind of low on dice. Remember, the goal is to name 10 different areas that you encounter. I've got a lake and a mountain, and I think that's all I have been able to do. And when I ended day 4, which was in the last video, I had traveled to the nearby forest, which is this one. And you can see the dots indicate the path I'm taking. So I'm here at the forest. And I did a rest, and I hunted for some food, and I now have, I have 1 reputation, 4 coins, 1 wares, and 7 food. I have pulled 1 red joker. When you pull 3 jokers of the same color, the game ends. So let's go ahead and get going. For the exploration phase, I'm going to roll these 2 dice on the actual map, and then where they land, that's typically where I place them. All right. So this is a river, by the way. So we rolled a 6 and a 1. And in the back here where there's tables, what you do is you're looking at this exploration table. And for the landmark die, which is this one, I rolled a 1, which is nothing. There's nothing there. And then for the biome, it's same as the closest biome, which would be a river. A river. So I'm going to extend the river here and put that die over here. And since there was nothing to do here, the closest thing to me is either the river or this forest. So it's going to be the river. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the river. I'm going to extend the river a little bit. So I'm going to travel along the river to where it splits. That's going to be my choice for what I do. All right, so if you haven't watched the previous videos, you probably want to do that because it will give you a better understanding. So I just did the exploration. Now I'm going to do the arrival. So you choose a location, which I did, and it says you must lose, if you pick one that's not the closest, you lose a food. But I'm always trying to travel the closest, so I'm able to keep my food stocks up. It says you can choose a landmark or a biome. Draw a dashed line, which I did, and then draw a card from the deck to consult the journey table. The card is a 10 of hearts, and trust me, this was shuffled. So 10 of hearts, and I go to the journey table, and the journey table, the 10. So what I'm going to do is, where's my journal here? So for day 5, oops, skipped a page. Day 4, day 5. All right. So for day 5, I'm traveling to the river, and now we get to name it. But first, the 10. The 10 says your journey was interrupted by an attack. Journey, and I'll put attacked. And the question is, what ambushed you and why? What ambushed me and why? And it says you gain a wound. Okay, so wounds are on another table. Let's go to the wound table. I'm thinking I'm going to print these out at some point and just have them as separate pages so I can... where's the wounds? Where's currency hunting? Wounds. Here we go. So you roll a d20. And the D20 will, it didn't say, it says no, there is no mechanical difference between a minor or major. We'll say it's a major. That is a 6. A 6 is a broken nose. So I was attacked, and the result got a broken nose. All right. Now, that 10 of hearts is not done yet. Because when we reach our destination, by the way, I want to go ahead and name it. The river, there's a lake name, a mountain name, a forest name. There is no river. So let's go ahead and give it a name. The first one, I'll roll it twice. 9 and 16. So it's the White Basin. The White Basin. The river named White Basin. Okay, I'm going to put that on here. White Basin. Okay, now we go and we look at what happened here. So since I'm doing a river, it was not a discovery, it was a biome. A red item, that's an item. Hold on just a second. So, exploration was same as a biome. Lake or river. So it's still rolling on the lake table. So I come back here, and because it's a red, I come to Red River, the table called Red River. Red Lake, excuse me. Red Lake. And I use the value again, which is 10. And it says, a foreboding island sits in the middle of the water. Why is it so feared? Well, we've already had this one. So I'm going to roll again. I'm going to pull again. Your prerogative. It's your adventure. I've already had that one happen with this one. So let's pull the next one. Oh, I got a joker. Black joker. Okay. And I've only named 3 of the 10. So I got to get exploring. Let's pull again. You got to pull again for the joker. All right, 2 of clubs, the 2. The body of water here is dried up. Only arid soil remains. What do you find amongst the dry earth? So what I'll do is I'll just say that the riverbed is low. And it says, what do you think, what do you find? What do you find? So I found something in the dry riverbed. We'll just leave it at that. So after I do the encounter, we go to the rest phase. All right. So I've not gone to a city or town yet. It's different if you do that. So for the rest phase, it says you lose all temporary die and then lose 1 remaining die. I will choose to lose the biome die. Now I'm down to 1 landmark. If you were at a settlement, I'm not. And then it says select 2 different actions from the appropriate list. And it says I can lose a coin. I have 4 coins, so I could do a 3rd action by spending a coin. But I don't think I need to do that right now. So instead, I'm going to do the rest phase. And on the rest phase, there's 2 tables. There's one whether you're in a settlement or one whether you're in the wilderness. I'm in the wilderness. So I will choose to camp. And it says you lose 1 food and gain a biome. So I'm down to 6 on the food. And then I can either converse, like you run into somebody, or I can hunt. Well, I'm doing okay on food. So lose 1 rare coin, gain 1 temporary. I'll gain a temporary die, and I'm going to do a converse. All right, so when you converse, let me come back here. Let's see what we find. Red, let's see. Converse. I'm pretty sure that there's something here about that. Lake, open, city names, town names, encampment, region, people. Oh, that's it. You roll for the people. Okay. Wares, currency, hunting, wounds, outcome, failure. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll for who do I encounter? We roll a d20. That is a 9. We encounter an inquisitive person, or an inquisitive individual. What do they look like? 18, burrowing. There's some kind of burrowing creature. And what are they focused on? 6, warmongers. I'm going to re-roll that. 11, hedonists. All right, I'll see what I can come up with that. So I spend the night chatting with someone, and then I make camp, and that's the end of day 5. Let's go to day 6. Now the good news is I got some more dice. So we'll put the 2 over here, and we go back and we roll the 3 dice on here. Oh, and by the way, I need to write down broken nose. I'm not sure how long it takes a broken nose to heal, but we'll figure it out. All right, there we go. 6, 2, and we'll put the 5 there. Let's see what this is. The landmark, a 5 is a settlement. All right, so we have a settlement here. And I'm just going to draw a house. The 6 on the biome is same as closest. So again, we'll have the river wind this way. And then the 2 on the temporary, let me figure out, I can't remember what that one is. So you roll the dice, try to roll together, mark all settlements out to mine, consult the exploration, if some dice would make sense. So what is the temporary dice? Do they count as mark coastlines around all landmark dice? So there is a coastline here. And the coastline has this symbol. Coastline is weird. I'm not sure about this yet. Make a rough coastline around each landmark die you may wish to avoid. Okay. Return all dice. You want to just returning a die one at a time. Oh, so the temporary one, I guess, is it just keeps you from losing a die. I may have to go back and reread, but I think the temporary die is just. I think you're supposed to do it. Cartograph. Roll your dice pool. Try to keep them close together. Choose any location on the map. Okay, hold on. So, interesting. I don't know what the temporary dice is supposed to get me. She rolls 4 on 2 landmark on her biome. She gets 3. So it doesn't give me an example in the actual book. Oh, the temporary. Here we go. She collects dice from a dice pool and marks coastline around landmarks. She gets to treat the temporary die as a landmark die. She elects to treat it as a landmark. So you get to pick. Okay, that's cool. So let's pick. We'll have that act as a landmark, and a 2 is another encampment. So I'll draw a tent and write E. Now I don't know what these are yet because I haven't encountered them. But now what I'm going to do is instead of following the river, I am going to curve back. I want to go check out this forest on my next trip. So I'm going to do this. And because it wasn't the closest, I lose a food, so I'm down to 5. And that is my dice. All right. So the travel is an 8 of hearts. I promise I shuffled these. The next card is not an 8 of. I guess I did pull something after the 10 of hearts. I did shuffle it very well. All right. It is a forest, and it is red. All right. Red forest, an 8. Sentient and watching. The plant life seems to have a mind. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the journey. That's what I'm supposed to do. Hold on. Do the journey first. The journey is an 8. During your travels, you were forced to pay your way. Who collected the toll? All right. Travel to forest. Toll paid. Toll was who collected it. All right. So I arrived at the forest. Now we go to the 8 on the red forest. Red forest is sentient and watching. The plant life seems to have a mind of its own. What conversation do you have with the forest? The forest has a name. Let's get the name. Forest named, and it is sentient, which is interesting. The trees talk. And it says, what conversation do you have? Conversation. Okay, let's roll for the name of this forest. Forest names are on page 70. It is the 12. Splintered 5. Splintered forest. It's just called the splintered forest. All right, so we have, oops, I just knocked a bunch of cards off. That's all right. It's called the splintered forest. Okay. And we have a conversation. So I'm going to do another rest action. This time I'm going to camp and hunt. Since I'm in the wilderness, I can't really do much else. Let's see. When you camp, you lose 1 food. So I'm down to 4. Oh, hold on. When I rest, I lose a biome. So I lose a temporary die. Then it says camp, lose 1 food, gain another biome. Okay, that's cool. Lost the food. And then the hunt, roll a die and gain that much food. Lose 1 die of your choice. Ooh. Okay, I'll choose to lose a biome. And I only gained 1 food. So it goes up to 5 again. Food's okay, but I'll lose that extra biome I had. And that is the end of that. Put the 8 over here. Let's do 1 more day. I'm going to do day 7. And we are in the fort. I'm going to travel to this encampment. Oh, hold on. I got to roll the die. Duh. All right, so I'm rolling 2. And I'll put the 2 here and the 6 sort of in the middle there. All right, so the 6 is a discovery. I'll circle the D. We don't know what it is until I get there. There's another one over here. And then the 2, oh, you know what? I had them mixed up. The 6 on the biome, well, I already wrote it, so I'm gonna switch these. We'll say I rolled a 6 on the landmark and a 2 on the biome. So I got a discovery, and the 2 on the biome is a mountain range. All right, so we have another mountain range here. All right, and then I'm going to choose to go to the encampment. All right, travel to encampment. We draw a card for the journey. The card is a 10 of spades. The journey, 10. Your journey was interrupted by an attack. Who ambushed you? All right, so once again, I was attacked. This is a violent land. Attacked. Who? Gain a wound. Okay, so I got to roll for another wound and the action. All right, so let's go to wounds, which is at the very end. We'll do this one as a minor. I'll try to alternate. 17 on a minor is a minor burn. And for this was a forest again, so a red forest. Red forest, 10. Oh, something. Oh, no, this is a black forest. Excuse me. Black forest. Tangled and prickly. A bramble of thorns. Thorny forest. I got to roll for the name of it. A bramble of thorns envelops. Who helps you traverse? Who helps me through it? Go through forest. All right, so we got some things to roll here. All right, so first thing I need to do is roll for a name for the forest. Forest names. Oh, no, this is an encampment. What am I doing? What am I doing? I already rolled for the forest. It was the encampment. Let's, so the attack happened. Sorry, I'm supposed to roll on the encampment 10. That's what it was. Sorry, guys. When you play a lot of solo games, sometimes you just forget things. All right, black encampment. 10. A slow-moving procession of people are hauling something gargantuan. People hauling large object. Where are they taking it? Where are they taking it? And it says I lose a food and gain a landmark. Oh, cool. So I get another landmark die. And I lose a, what was it, a food? Yeah, lose a food. So I'm down to 4. Okay. I got some minor burns. And what was the name? Well, the encampment. I don't know if you name an encampment. Let's see if there's a thing for that. Red Lake, Black Lake, forest names, mountain names, lake names, open land, city, town, encampment. Yes, there is. All right. 2, the Dredge Trail. Dredge Trail. All right. The encampment is named Dredge Trail. Okay. And write that on there. Dredge Trail. Okay, and then the last thing I need to do is do a camping. This is day 7. So I'm going to rest. Once again, I'm going to camp and hunt. So I lose one of these dice. That's fine. Camp, lose a food. I lose a food, so I'm down to 3. But I'm getting ready to hunt, so hopefully that will go up. Let's hold off on writing that in. And then hunt, roll the die, and gain that much food. 2. So I go back up to 5. So I was down to 3, so I'm back up to 5 food. All right. Anything else? And lose 1 die of your choice. But I think I gain a die when I do something. Camp, lose a food, gain a biome, and then I'll choose to lose the biome. Okay, so next time I play, I will have 2 landmark dice to roll. And I will go ahead and update my journal, the PDF. You can download it. There's a link in the video description. I'll also update the map. I need to find me a map making tool that I can use to clean this up a little bit. If anybody has a recommendation, let me know. I'm going to see if Incarnate can do it, but if Incarnate doesn't have that ability, I only have the free version. If it doesn't have that ability, I'll have to look elsewhere. All right, everybody, that is it. This game is called Cartograph. You can get it. Online. I'll put a link in the video description. You can get a print copy, and you can also get it as a PDF. If you buy the print copy, I believe you get the PDF with it, but I just have the PDF. All right, that's all I got. I'll be back again soon with another chapter of Harlow Bates' journey across the land. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.